We'll do it live. All right. So we're doing it live here. Just letting you do the market minute here. Looks like European stocks are in a slump as fears rising of infections. Dow futures down nearly 600 points. All right. Well, looks like we're most likely going to have an up and down day, probably a down day on the market today, but that doesn't matter because we still need to take a look at what's going up, which take a look at FCEL. Fuel cell energies keep on going up. We reported on them before. They've already been going up. They've been going up, up, up. I think this is eventually going to be a breakaway stock. It's good in the short term, good in the medium term, super good in the long term on a speculation, but the trend is good as well. So this has all the things I like. FCEL, fuel cell. Keep an eye on this as the markets go this, that. Everyone loses their money. You can still take an opportunity because you got to remember it's all rigged and they're all making money behind the scenes. But what you do is look at the trends and be smart because you may not be privy to all this knowledge, but you know where the trends are going and you know some common sense facts. And we're going to give you the stuff here that they're not going to give you because everyone else is going to speak in, well, it might do this, it might do that. They're not going to give you the real deal as to what's going up and down because either they don't really know, which most people don't, or they do know and they're going to probably tell you to do the opposite because they're making money off of you not making money. That's kind of how this game works. So we're giving you the real truth and we're not even charging you any money right now. So that's a good thing. So this is just a free market minute here. Well, a little bit more than a minute, but it's a live stream. Pretty condensed though for some of the late minutes that we've been going on a lot longer than this. So FCEL is the takeaway for the day. Look for a down day on the old market as it comes up, as European markets have been sinking. And we have still the ups and downs of the COVADs. Don't worry though, because it's going to go down some and then we're going to go back up because in the short to medium term, it's still going up. We're probably going to look at the overall bottom dropping out probably 8 months down the road. It's going to be after election. After election, most likely we'll get the market pumped up before the election. We'll be going up, continue to go through 30,000. It'll be fine. Then they'll drop the bottom out sometime in the middle of the next election term. It'll go down. Boom, we'll have a little down. Then they'll do things to definitely prop it back up, shoot that market up, probably by the end of the next presidency to 40, 50,000 points. And then that's when we'll do the real bottoms dropping out. We'll have a big old bubble that's going to pop sometime in the future after that. But that's way, way down the road, kind of speculative, but that's kind of where the overall trends, the overarching cycles are going, because we got to look at what's going on right now, which is a much bigger trend. The fact that we don't have a whole lot of birth rates here. We don't have a lot of marriages here. This is a trend we could have looked at back in 2000, 2010. We can see that after we got the baby boomers, we got pretty much nothing in the Generation X. That's why they don't get a whole lot of say because there's such a small group of people. Then you got the millennials, which is big. But after the millennials, now we're going to have, less than Generation X. So we're going to have not enough people around. We're going to have all these retired people. Then we're going to have, the millennials starting to move and look towards retirement themselves. So the baby boomers going away. And you're going to have a really low consumer base of the type of people you need in your 20s to 30s to buy homes and do all that other stuff. So those are overarching trends down into the future, far, far away into the future. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at right now today, which is the FCEL again. Takeaway, there are probably down today, probably a bounce back tomorrow a little bit. They're going to do some things with as each state opens up and everything like that. In the different countries will, they'll go up and down based on some of that. But you're still the winners here, your Amazons, your Apples, your the rulers of the world. They're going to keep on ruling the world, and they're not closing. Notice Walmart isn't closed, so Walmart stock is going to not be a great stock to buy, but their overall books look well. Whereas Apple, though, not only are their books good, but they're also a sexy stock to buy that's always going up. So we're looking at the key players of the world. key players of the world who run everything obviously aren't going to run themselves out of business until we have the next disruptive phase, which the disruptive phases will probably be, when we move over to the um, electric age where cars go back to being electric and we have a lot of solar power. But again, the same key players are going to put into place as well. So they'll just transition over from running things as they are right now into doing that. So you'll see your petroleum companies, your Apples, Googles just transition over into that. The only other thing we got out there is blockchain stuff. We're not going to go into that today. Blockchain going to be disruptive. We'll see that stuff and those stocks. Those will be your small stocks going up to become your next Amazons, things like that. But the same key player is going to be around for the next 20, 30 years. So 50, 100 years down the road, we'll have some transitioning over to the more technical stuff with the blockchain type stuff that will be overarching trends way down the line in the future that we'll start seeing emerging in the next 15 to 30 years, maybe even in the next 5 to 7 years, possibly. But nonetheless, we're not going to go into that today. Today, we're just talking about, it kind of goes with that because fuel cell energy is going to be that's why I'm saying long-term fuel cell energy is going to be good because it's going to be locked in with that whole new Internet of Things and the whole new blockchain. So FCEL, it's good in the short term, good in the medium term, good in the long term, good in the super long term, overarching cycles. So it's going to be a win-win-win. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on maybe taking some profits on your SPXS triple inverse that I advised you should get last week before, week before that, week before that, week before that. Take some profits on that possibly, then throw it back in tomorrow when the markets go up. You can play a little trading on that, or you can continue just to hold it to hedge for long-term investments. But nonetheless, FCEL is the takeaway for this morning. Keep an eye out for that market being a little crazy, most likely going on the downside. And as always, this is not specific financial advice. I'm not being your financial advisor. You should always seek an individual financial advisor for individualized, personalized financial help. However, I'm giving you some really key information you're not going to get anywhere else. And think for yourself and figure it out. But definitely take a look at it and see if I'm not right. Because if you look at my track record of previous podcasts, is pretty much right, more than the average media is, more than the average gurus are. So again, I've been a financial advisor in the past. I've ran my own registered investment advisory, so it's not like I don't know what's going on. It's not like I don't understand the stuff. So I'm just giving you this info, and it's free market minute. It's 8 minutes. So I'm not going to bill you for the extra 7 minutes. We'll just still call it a market minute, and it's free to you today. Look for me in the next podcast. We're going to keep on rolling and rolling, getting you money, whether it's good, bad, or in different times. Because, if you're out of work right now and you're not doing anything, time to make a little money on your own, because you got to make money one way or the other. So let's do it a legal way. Not illegal. I said legal, so I don't want anyone saying I said that. Do it the legal way and make money in the market, right? Make your own money. Work for yourself. Have your money work for you. And I'm working for you. So keep an eye on what I'm saying, because I'm working for you. Because it works for me, works for you. See you tomorrow on the next podcast.